What's up, Stormtroopers? Bryant Cook here, and today we are playing a spicy modern deck based around Glimpse of Tomorrow. Thank you, Dustin Culbertson, for your donation deck to support this channel. And if you want to support this channel, you can submit your own donation deck at theepicstorm.com/donation decks. It's a great way of showing your support, and it helps us keep uploading interesting decks for you to watch, like this one today. So this deck, like I said, is based around the card Glimpse of Tomorrow, which is essentially Warped World, but with Suspend instead of a real mana cost. This allows us to cast it off of As Foretold or Violent Outburst, very efficiently for 3 mana. So with Warped World, you want a lot of permanents in play. So you have ley lines, you have this Wave Sifter that creates treasures, or are they clues? I think Investigate might be clues. And then Colony Garden creates a 0/1 plant creature. So you're creating cards that you then Warped World into, ideally, Omniscience, plus a bunch of other broken cards. If I'm being honest, I'm not sure that this deck is better than the Cycling deck, but it's certainly a lot more spicy. I'm interested to see how it does today. This deck could have a lot of potential. I'm not saying that it's bad at all. I just don't know. But I do know that I like that the Cycling deck, its combo pieces are more versatile. Being able to just discard your combo piece to help dig for the Cascade card or the As Foretold seems pretty good to me. But I could always be wrong, and this deck might 5-0. Who knows? But if you want to show your support, you can always head to theepicstorm.com/shop. There you can pick up a pint glass, a token pack, or a Storm 20 baseball tee. Make sure to grab your token pack while they're still in stock. And one final message, we now have memberships here on this channel. It's very similar to Patreon. If you want to unlock some sweet emotes, donation decks, badges, and more, go sign up. You can do it in the... actually, you can do it here. Just scroll down, click join. It's right there next to the subscribe button. Make sure to do that. And if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe and support this channel. Stay up to the date with a bunch of cool combo decks and all that good jazz. That's my intro. That's what I have to say. I just want to start playing Glimpse of Tomorrow. So I'm going to hop into a league. I'll see you there. What's up? Welcome to round number 1, and we are on the play versus Island and Chill. I mean, Island does cast Chill. Violent Outburst. Okay, so we have access to the Warped World, and we can make food tokens with the Wave Sifter. This is probably a keep. We just have to draw a 3rd land. These are kind of cruelties. Not great in our hand. This isn't a Hypergenesis deck. I don't even know if Hypergenesis is legal. I could probably look, but that would be cheating, and I'm not going to do that. So instead, we're just going to, play our Glimpse of Tomorrow deck. I just don't even know if Hypergenesis is legal or not in Modern. How sad is that? Like, there's so many bang cards that I, just don't know. Alright, Bloodstained Mire. Cookbook! Alright, likely a Hell's Kitchen variant. And we're just going to get our red source so that way we can cast Violent Outburst and pass the turn. See how it goes. Not a great draw. We didn't want that. So now I'm going to find out if Investigate is clues or food. Or, I'm sorry, clues or treasure. I think it's food. Or, no, they're clues. I'm pretty sure it's clues because I'm pretty sure that's the ability that, what's it called? Thraben Inspector has. I think it just has Investigate. So, here we go. Wave Sifter. I think it's going to give me 2 clues, which draw cards. Alright, auto yield to these. Pretty sure it gives me clues. Food is the one that gains life. It does not do that. Sure. You can do that. Let's auto yield to these useless abilities. Alright, so we need to draw untapped land next turn to be able to cast Glimpse. That's our goal. Bloodstained Mire. And... no! Actually, that didn't matter. We got the Keeper Violent Outburst. So this looks like a mono red variant, which is kind of cool. I'm expecting a hollow one here. Vengevine, that's kind of spicy. So this is like Hollow One meets Cookbook. Alright, we just have to draw land. Daredevil's coming back. So we know that they have one Daredevil, and now they're getting a Vengevine. Alright. We really need to draw this untapped land. I think our opening hand was a keep. Now I take 4 here from the Vengevine and then pray. Come on, deck. Let's go. Land. See if we can hit a land here. No land. There's only one more glimpse of tomorrow in the deck, too. Alright, so we need to draw a land off the top rope. It's weird. It looks like they left an Oval Chase Daredevil in the graveyard last turn. So they can do 11 here. And then I'll go to 4, so I'm dead to a few burn spells. Looks like they're going to use the Cookbook. Sure. Alright, so they have some cards in it. We really need that land. And it's a little disappointing. Alright, our 2-lander wasn't good enough. Sort of a bummer. But we do get to board in 2 more Leyline of the Void. I don't think Bone Crusher is something we want. These Leyline of Sanctities can probably get boarded out. I don't know if we want Bone Crushers. But Leyline's just like a dead card, so maybe they're better. Let's try this out. I'm not confident in this board plan. I'm not really sure what I'm doing, but hopefully you're enjoying it, I suppose. Also, Iona's probably not good against this deck because they have a bunch of artifact creatures and Vengevines. So Iona's mostly just a 7/7 beater. I guess we could board in Foundation Breakers instead. That's probably not a bad call. Let's try this out. I mean, I could even board in Rex Sage over the Bone Crusher. So this hand is just like praying to draw something. I guess we'll keep this. We have Leyline and we have As Foretold. It's probably fine enough. Yield to this ability in F6. I used to play, right after I graduated college, the original Zendikar came out. And I played a Colony Garden deck back then with, what was it called? I can picture the art, Polymorph into Emrakul. And I have like pretty bad memories of playing those style of decks and losing a whole bunch. So the idea of playing Colony Garden doesn't really excite me. Okay. I think I'm just going to pass, and if they pump the Root Wall, I'm going to shoot it with Bone Crusher. What do we exile from their graveyard? Blood Moon. You boarded in Blood Moon? Against me? I mean, I guess that's fine. They're pausing for a really long time here. I don't think that they're a Force of Vigor deck. I think they're probably just doing something. I don't think that this deck can support Force of Vigor. You have Vengevines, but I don't know what else you're playing that's green. So I don't think so. Well, apparently I could be wrong. Copperline Gorge. Alright, opponent's tanking here. The Cookbook. Yeah, get some value now. Alright, no blocks. Are they going to pump Ruwala? Let's get that mana. Boom. Get stomped. Get stomped. And then I'll take 4. So next turn we can cast As Foretold or we can play Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher is a blocker, so I kind of like that. And it looks like, I think this deck has a basic island in it. I hope it has a basic island in it. It does not. I don't really want to shock myself. So I think I'm going to get the mountain. Alright. So Bone Crusher is going to chump the Hollow One most likely. Hey, no coming back for you, Oval Chairs Daredevil. Regular card disadvantage for the cookbook. Blood Moon. Yeah, not having the island there. And I looked for it because I considered Blood Moon. So As Foretold is likely shut off now. Another ley line. I guess we do have those four other creatures in our deck. The evoke creature, the 4/2, whatever it's called. Maybe I should be boarding in Rex Sage though. If there's a game 3, I'll do that. Alright, so they're going to be able to kill our Bone Crusher now with Asmo. I think it's sacrificing the 2 foods. Yeah, it's sacrifice. So they're going to kill Bone Crusher. I don't know if Bone Crusher will trigger. Does this target? Yeah, it does. I think it does. Taking 4 here. We'd really like to draw the Evoke creature. Did it make me do it to myself? I think that's what happened is I took the 2 damage because it deals it to itself. Another As Foretold. Come on. Yeah, we just have to pass. Feasting Troll King. So I guess that's another green card. So they could be a Force of Negation deck. It's possible. We're really on the draw Violent Outburst plan, though. Also, the Evoke creature could buy us some time. Hit F6 and go to our next turn. Yeah, we have 4 Violent Outbursts. That's our out right now. Alright. So they're going. Are they going to kill my plant here? Oh, they're just casting Hollow One. That's pretty good. So that represents lethal next turn. I think I'm just going to take it. We're all in on drawing the out here. So blocking doesn't do us any good. Instead, this creature is better off in play in case we do hit her out. And we did not. So you sort of saw in this game right here why the cycling deck is probably a little bit better. We were stuck with a bunch of dead combo pieces in our hand, both games actually, where with the cycling deck you could help cantrip into what you need. So we're going to start this league 0-1. Womp womp. Welcome back for round number 2. We are on the play. And we have a Shardless Agent. Alright, this is probably a keep. Yeah, so we just have to draw a duel. Either Shardless Agent or Violent Outburst will get the job done here. Okay. I just want to do fun stuff. Like, we just got wrecked in the first round. I'm here to just have a blast this league. Low expectations. Let's just try to do something fun. And so ideally this land would get like a Steam Vents. I don't even know if we're playing a Steam Vents in this deck. I didn't look that closely at the mana base. I'm just going to say it better effing be in there. Well, they have a Steam Vents. I don't know what they're playing though. We do. Okay. So I think I'm supposed to pass and then try to outburst on their end step and then untap and then Shardless Agent. Oh no. That's not going to happen. What were you thinking? Let's get wild. Would have liked my lands though. These 2 ley lines not as ideal. Okay. I mean, that was fun. The ley lines aren't great, admittedly, but we're doing stuff. No! The double borrower. Alright, we need to draw a few lands. Yikes. Alright. So we can't even investigate next turn. Are they also... What are they on? Oh, they're just like a boring rug deck? Okay. If they were also on Glimpse of Tomorrow, that would be the coolest thing. Alright, so we get to make some clues now. They have 10 power. Gross. Okay. So we're taking 10. We're going to go to 12. And then we can cast a Shardless Agent. Problem is if they have a counterspell, we're just wrecked. What is this? Karn? That doesn't matter. Get out of here, Karn. No one even likes you. I think the right play here, honestly, is for them just to kill one of my clue tokens. And they chose not to. What will they do instead? Liquid metal coating. Sure. Alright, so we're going to 12. And now we're going to Shardless Agent. Okay. Yes, I would like to glimpse. Blue, I guess. I guess I can glimpse it tomorrow again next turn. Do I have to click on permanents, or does it just all of them? No, it's all of them, so I just revealed 2 more ley lines. I just wanted to make sure. I'm not used to playing this deck. And another Karn activation, okay. This could be like an Ensnaring Bridge. Yep, they got Bridge. I don't know what our answer to that is. I guess we can win with Archons. I don't know. I'm a little worried about getting burned out. That thing tramples. I should just take 4. You have a bridge. And a coating. Yep. So they're going to turn one of my lands into an artifact on my upkeep, most likely. Yeah, now I can't cast Shardless Agent. I just have to pass. Draw another land. Oh no. Yeah, they're putting me under pressure now. Because they're just going to start killing my lands. So I need to rip another land next turn. Yikes. Alright, let's get Steam Vents again. This is the turn. Steam... or land? Land? Hey, alright. We get another shot. So, we haven't hit Omniscience yet. That would be a pretty sweet reveal. It's also our last glimpse, so this one needs to get the job done. Looks like they have the counter. Okay. Sure. Alright, does my Warp World resolve? We'll name blue again. Alright, let's cast this. I don't know how we're going to win. Just throwing it out there. So let's take another turn, I guess. I don't know if there's a main deck out. I really don't. I guess our out is just like casting a bunch of Archons. Alright. So we just need to draw the last 2 Archons. That's our out. What are they stopping? Sure. That's fine. And then I can cast another Emrakul and take another turn. Which puts more glimpses into our deck, but I don't know if that actually matters. So now our Cascade spells can hit more glimpses. So that's how we win, I suppose. And I can't attack still, so we're going to pass. And I'm going to auto-yield to this. Alright, no... nothing to do here, so we actually just have to pass the turn. Alright, I think we can win this. I really do. I don't think the Karn blowing up our land thing matters anymore. Sure. You can blow up my garden. Yep. Bone Crusher, you got it. They're at 5, so we have 2 more Archons that can win the game. And... guess we just cast this, right? Oh, I can't activate them because of Karn. So I can just cast this. And we'll F6. We're just waiting to draw a relevant card. Yeah, destroy our lands. It's fine. And a. Alright, so this is going to give us another glimpse. Let's see what this one does. No. Keep this one, I suppose. This is so wild. Alright, let's auto yield to this. I mean, it's certainly fun. Like, I'm having a blast. Alright, opponent's at 2. Let's cast this. And play Iona. Alright, we just need to win with Archon. We need one Archon off the top rope. Deck's fun. So I do think we probably want to board out the ley lines in the next game. They're not really good here. Bummer. We drew a land. So it's kind of, this matchup's a lot like one of the matchups that we've discussed on the Eternal Glory podcast, where we're in a mid-range war, where our opponent is built to beat a lot of these smaller decks in the format by going slightly larger, but we're going way over the top to the point where, like, these large threats don't matter. So it is truly a mid-range war. Ratchet Bomb. Okay. And womp womp. Pass the turn. So if they accidentally keep 3 cards in hand, I can attack with the Wave Sifter and win. It's worth pointing out. Grafdigger's Cage. Okay. So that will shut off Glimpse, I believe. And they left 3 cards in hand, so I think they're just dead to the Wave Sifter. So let's find out. You let me attack. Do you have the trick now? No trick. All treats. Alright, so we've gotten game number 1. Let's get rid of these ley lines because they're pretty bad. Yeah. So we'll bring in the Foundation Breakers, the card that I can never remember its name. Bone Crusher doesn't seem great. I think I do want Disputes, though. Iona doesn't seem very good. Probably board those out. Or, like, keeping, like, 2 of them. Let's try this. Why not? Why not? Am I supposed to keep this? It seems pretty bad. They're going to mulligan to 6. The problem is that, like, this on turn 3 just shuffles in 3 for 3. And we have all these expensive cards. I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm supposed to keep these hands. I'm just not sure. Opponent's going to 5. I've just never played this deck before, or a Warped World deck, so I don't know if these are supposed to be keeps. Alright, we drew the red source. Pretty lucky. Pretty lucky. Alright, so they've got a Stomping Ground. And on our turn 3, we're likely going to pass back with the Warped World, or with Violent Outburst for Warped World up. But it depends on if they tap out or not on their turn 3. And we drew the Shardless, which is such a good draw, because now we can have back-to-back glimpses. I wonder if they considered all the Cascade cards before allowing Shardless into the format. Alright. Play the Fetch, so that way there's one less land in the deck to reveal to the Glimpse. And now they have their own Violent Outburst. Okay. So I think I'm going to try to Violent Outburst right now myself. See if ours can be a little bit better. Let's go. That could have been worse. Alright. Yeah, so next turn we can actually glimpse again. Petty Theft, sure. We're going to take 4. And let's go. Really just want to put an Omniscience into play. No! No! Team kills! Oh, wait, it's not a must? Okay. That was still kind of bad. I think I'm going to take it. Also, apparently it's a 2-2 and not a 4-2. I could have swore it was a 4-2 previously. Well, that hurt. Alright. Yikes. I think I'm going to pick this one up. I don't think that worked out well. I'm going to board out the foundation breakers, I think. I don't think that's really where we want to be here. Maybe board these back in. Let's try this out. Those threats just might not be powerful enough, because that felt pretty embarrassing. Friendly reminder, if you want to support this content, you can open up the description down below and join all of our social channels. Stay up to the date on the latest and greatest combo content. Game 3, we're on the play. This seems fine. We don't have a Cascade card, but if we draw one, it's going to be fairly effective. So, perfect draw right off the top. Love it. And we're going to evoke the Wave Sifter. Going to counter this. Alright, and let's auto yield to these. Pass the turn. Alright, mountain from the opponent. Probably a pass here. Really? Are they going to stomp or petty theft? Okay, they're just going to pass. Sure, that's fine. I think I'm just going to evoke again. And there we go. We got our triggers, and we're going to pass the turn. Stomping ground from the opponent into Blood Moon. Blood Moon's going to be pretty good here. No doubt about that. We do have basics in our deck. Sorry. Let's see if I can draw into a basic. No is the answer. Yikes. Blood Moon might be winning this one. We don't have any basic islands. We know that. And now Karn. Yeah. I guess we have Bone Crushers. It's one way of getting rid of Karn. We have a basic forest in the deck. There probably should be an island. Just throwing that out there. Alright, so we're going to stomp. And then stomp again. That unlocks our clues to help maybe draw into our forest. So that way we can win via Violent Outburst. But right now we have all these blue cards in our hand that we can't use. Right now they're shut off green mana, so that's fine. Bone Crusher Wars. Yep, and now they're going to play their Bone Crusher. Draw. That stinks. Actually, I can suspend it, right? The old-fashioned way? Alright. Let's see if we can draw into a land here. Maybe I shouldn't be getting rid of the clues, though. That might be a mistake. Another Bone Crusher. So they're going to try to kill me before that unsuspends. That's their goal. And they might do it. Not even joking. Draw. Alright, we'll try to play a few blockers. Alright, so Glimpse is on 2. It's going to be tough for us. We need them to not have any removal. That's the goal here. Alright, block. And we'll go to 5. They have 5 cards in hand. We pretty much just need them to be locked out. I'm going to try drawing a card here. Land isn't great. So next turn it's going to unsuspend. We have to live one more turn. And then maybe we can do something meaningful. We are not dead to ice. Ice puts us to 1. Yeah, there's ice. Okay, so we're going to 1. We need our opponent to not have another ice or a Bone Crusher. All right. So let's cast it. Red. Okay. Discard Iona, I suppose. So Brazen Borrower would not bounce the Emrakul. Um, and we got the win! How about that? 1-1. Pretty sweet. Hey there, round number 3, and we've opened up a fun hand. We're definitely going to keep this. So I think I'm actually going to play the Cavern and exile, I guess, the Violent Outburst. Yeah, that makes the most sense. So we are going to have turn 2 Shardless Agent into Glimpse of Tomorrow, which is pretty sweet. We have these free permanents from Leyline of Sanctity. Ooh, they're a blue deck. That's kind of scary. That means that they could possibly have a counter spell. And that's even better. That was really good. Assuming that everything resolves, that is. I mean, Colony Garden was great. The issue is assuming that everything resolves. That's the big thing here. And they picked up a Triumph. What else are they going to do? Please tap out this turn. And they did not. So that was the downside of essentially imprinting the Violent Outburst onto the Gemstone Cavern. Iona. Okay, and I think I'm actually just going to jam here and hope for the best. A little nervous. Glimpse? Please resolve. Please resolve. No! Damn. Just not good enough. Yeah, I got punished for the imprint. I could have only put one leyline into play and then imprinted one of the leylines, and I thought about it. I don't know. I just wanted to go for broke, I guess. Teferi actually shuts down Cascade, so we did it on the one turn that we could. So had it not shut down, the outburst this turn would have been very good. Sort of a bummer. Alright, so let's attack Teferi. And now if they minus it, maybe we can sneak in a Violent Outburst. Sort of a bummer. They're just going to plus. There's no reason for them to minus this, but can always hope that our opponent misplays. Yeah, let's attack. Get in there. Land go. What are they doing here? Charm? Sure. We're in a tough spot. They're missing land drops, which is kind of good for us. Do you have the removal spell? They do. Apparently we do have a snow-covered island in here, though. Maybe we just had the wrong fetch land that one game. That's entirely possible. Alright, so Teferi's probably going to dominate the rest of this game if I had to guess. Maybe we can build up to 9 and put an Iona into play. They're going to counterspell as we're told. Sure. I just don't think there's a realistic shot that we win this. Okay. Yeah, that just doesn't do anything. We would need to draw a creature that can attack Teferi, and it would have to connect. Teferi pluses, sure. Part of me is considering just like conceding going to game 2 because I don't think we can win this. Yeah, let's just go to game 2. A little disappointed. Let's get rid of these. And we want these 6. That actually maps pretty cleanly. Yeah, so let's try this out, I guess. And as always, if you want to support this content, one of the best things you can do is purchase a mini token pack from theepicstorm.com/shop. Inside, for $12, you get 54 combo tokens. You get 20 storm, 10 black, 10 red, 5 blue, 3 of the rest. On the back, you have 54 goblin tokens for your copies of Empty the Warrens, and they're mini. They're half the size of a standard Magic the Gathering card. Once again, you can get those at theepicstorm.com/shop. Alright, game number 2. Let's try it. Alright. I don't know how this is going to go, but we can always just hope for the best. Triumph. Dispute was a good draw if we can manage to hit some more lands. Alright, so I'm going to auto-yield these triggers. So many permanents. Alright, so they're probably going to play an untapped blue source here and have counterspell up. So we want to draw either a blue land or a red land. A red land would allow us to end step Violent Outburst into untap, and a blue land would allow us to have Dispute back up. I think I'm just going to pass here. Maybe sacrifice a clue on their end step. By holding up Dispute, I can stop Teferi from just shutting us down. And they're going to just pass. Right, draw a card. Good pickup. Alright, so I can Violent Outburst on their end step and hope for the best. They'll also have to fight with Force of Negation the hard way. Okay. Let's get that Steam Vents. So it's good to know there was an island in here because I was a little bummed about that in between rounds. Alright, so they're going to fetch immediately. Wonder what this is. Okay. I'm not sure why you'd respond to Violent Outburst and not the red spell, but let's see what happens here. Alright, cast. Sure. Alright. So now we can untap and Mystical Dispute back up. We only have 2 disputes in the deck, so there's only one more that we can play after this. So if they have another Dovin's Veto, it's kind of annoying. It looks like they do. Double Veto back up is just obnoxious. Yeah. Okay. Here's to hoping they like tap out or something this turn. And they'll probably have counterspell up for Teferi, which is a little bit annoying. Yep. So they can bounce Shardless or they can just plus. Yeah. Just their draw lined up really well against what our hand was. So we can deal this 4 damage. Is that good enough? Probably not. Alright, so I guess we'll deal 2 to Teferi. So if for some reason they were to tap out next turn, Violent Outburst would then kill Teferi. But I have to imagine that they have something in their hand to keep Teferi alive. Teferi has 4 counters. I think I'm just going to attack again. Alright. I guess hard casting Omniscience would be a way to win, but super unlikely. I'm not going to cast the Glimpse of Tomorrow. Alright. So they have 3 cards in hand. I'm trying to think of what they could reasonably be, and I think they're all just like counterspells most likely. I'm just going to attack Teferi. Let's just put it on top. And Wave Sifter. So, alright, so the counterspell here, they're going down to 1 card. Unless it's Cryptic, and it looks like it is Cryptic. Little surprised they haven't minus Teferi yet. Protecting Teferi at all costs. Feel the Ruin? We still have 1 basic. Alright, what's the draw? Dispute. A card that does nothing. Yeah, we just have to pass. Teferi's such a beating on this deck. I think this game's probably over at this point. I mean, sure, what am I going to do? Jace Brainstorm. Yeah, these sort of fun decks just like aren't built to compete with what our opponent's doing. Yeah, I'm going to concede. The double veto early, it was just too much. So we're now 1-2. All right, round number 4. We've opened up a pretty good hand. I'm actually pretty excited for this. We're going to get to play As Foretold into Glimpse of Tomorrow, assuming that we draw a land. Pretty low bar here, so I think we're going to keep. Okay. Looks like our opponent is taking a mulligan. I'm just excited that we get to use this route of the deck. We haven't got to do it yet. Okay, so we're going to lead off in Colony Garden. In the land. How lucky. Woot woot. Modern staple, Colony Garden. What up? I remember there was a period of time in Legacy where Black-Green Depths was playing Colony Garden as a way of beating Liliana of the Veil. How time has changed. They just printed a split-second edict, and even that doesn't see play anymore. Black has just had such a major drop-off in Legacy. Alright, Hallowed Fountain. So another boring control deck. Love it. We're just going to get crushed. Yep. Lightning Helix. Yeah, this is where they play Teferi or just hold open counterspell mana. We can't beat either. That's brutal. Oh. Well, that is not a Teferi. Maybe we stand a shot. Okay. Emrakul. Let's get Steam Vents. We have enough green. As Foretold, and then Cast. Well, that stunk. No, I would not like to pay 2 life. That was so stinky. Alright, we're all in on drawing another Cascade creature now. Sorry if you can hear the rain. I just started storming here, and unfortunately I'm not even playing Storm today, so kind of a bummer. And the card we can't beat, our main deck literally can't beat Teferi. I'm just going to concede. I do think that is a weakness in how this deck is built, is that like this card's everywhere in Modern, and our deck just cannot beat it. So you probably want something in your main deck for that card. Just throwing that out there. Also, one thing that I like about the cycling deck is you have Force and Negation. You can force a will to Fairy. This deck, not so much. Yeah, I'm just going to submit this. Sort of a bummer. Like, this deck has... I don't want to say a lot of potential because I don't know how true that is. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with this deck, but some of the more dominant stuff in Modern just, like, will never allow that to continue. And I think Archon is pretty sweet. I don't know how good Iona actually is. Like, this actually seems like one of the weaker cards in the deck. And these seem like cyborg cards to me. So I don't think I'd play these main deck, and I don't think I'd be playing Iona if I were to build my own list for this. It's like a super fun deck. It's just, I think there's a lot of peculiar choices in this. Like, I don't ever actually want to flip Iona in most matches, I think. It just, like, doesn't do enough. Emrakul's obviously sweet. Love Omniscience. I don't know how good Wave Sifter is. Like, that's a card that seems a little bit questionable. Yeah, it does create permanence, but it's pretty bad on its own. I did get to attack for lethal with a Wave Sifter, though. That was sweet. I don't know. Like, I'd rather just have Bone Crushers and, like, good cards in my deck. Like, Bone Crusher is a sweet and versatile card. Yeah, I don't want to reveal it to Glimpse of Tomorrow, but I also don't want to reveal lands, so I don't know. It is getting stormy here. And the one time I'm not playing Grape Shots in my Modern deck. Okay, well, our opponent's taking forever. So, friendly reminder, if you want to support us, theepicstorm.com/shop. But you can also scroll down and join our channel, become a member. It's a great way of doing that. So just scroll down, join, unlock some sweet emotes. It's pretty sweet. You should do it. Alright, on the play for game number 2. Don't think I'm going to keep this one. Sorry. And another stinker. Going to 5. Sure. So I think I want to put Omniscience and Glimpse on the bottom. Alright, so we need to draw an untapped red source by turn 3. And our opponent did not have anything. Okay. Chalice of the Void, pretty good against us. And I didn't board in any real answers. Was I supposed to expect Chalice out of this deck? Can we beat Chalice? That's another question. Because I didn't board in any of these creatures. It seems like a weird card. I'm trying to think, can we beat that card? Like Bone Crusher Giants, maybe? Yeah, and if we had Force Negations in our deck, like the Cycling deck, at least we could force the Chalice. Yeah, this just seems like, unfortunately, it's a worse version of the Cycling deck. The Living End deck. Ren. Yeah, you got it, sure. Yeah, I think we've lost. Because there's no ounce. Also, like, we could be playing Teferi. Why are we not playing Teferi? Like, Teferi would be better than Iona. Okay. So we're 1 and 3. Can we get back 50 play points? That's what we're here to find out. We're facing Obosh Red. It's going to be a tough matchup. I think we're going to keep this. And start the game with Cavern. Removing Omniscience. Let's go. We need to resolve our spell before Blood Moon comes down. And that looks doable now. So you might be saying, Bryant, why didn't you play Misty into Wave Sifter? If I take that line, I don't have... Ooh, you should have killed my plant. I don't have this on 3, and I want to make sure that I can cast my spell on turn 3. That's why. Alright, so I'm just trying to make sure that I can cast something before... I guess it doesn't matter if I get a Berserker or not, because they're going to go back in the deck. I guess I want a 2/2 left over, so I should Charlotte's Agent. Let's yield to that. I'd love to cast a Glimpse of Tomorrow. Yes! Wow, something good finally happened. That was sweet. Turn 2, Triple Archon. That's so awesome. Oh, that was worth the league for me. Right there. Wow. So yeah, Obosh Red. We probably don't want these. Bone Crusher seems good. Let's board in all of the, the naturalized effects. Yeah, that was insane. Maybe board out 2 Wave Sifter? Let's try this. Iona actually seems good versus the mono red deck, so I really don't want to take that one out. Yeah. And now we have the As Foretold combo. Keep. That was so sweet. I really enjoyed that. Ragavan. Alright, let's make a blocker. Next turn we can fetch for a basic island. Not have to worry about any of that stuff. I think it's free to block Ragavan. I'd rather not give them mana. So that's why I blocked. Sure. And now we can make some clues. Where's that basic island? Investigate. Auto yield. Next turn, Glimpse of Tomorrow. Alright, so they're going to get in now. Nice Violent Outburst. You know, I guess the one good thing about this deck is your opponent's Ragavans are always going to be bad. What are they doing here? I don't care about Seasoned Pyromancer. Sure. You got it. Let's cast as foretold. And red. What up? Too good. Hey, we got our money back. 2 and 3. All right, we didn't get them back. We got 50 play points back. 2 and 3. I hope you enjoyed this video. That last match made it worth it for me. But ultimately, I do think that this is a worse version of the Living End Cycling deck in Modern. But you are doing some cool stuff. The problem is that it's always random. With the Living End deck, you know what you're getting into, which also helps. You can play Force of Negation. So if I think this deck ever really wanted to be a player in the metagame, I think you probably don't want Iona in the main. You definitely don't want these. I'd look into maybe playing Teferi and then running Force of Negation. I think that could improve the deck. I don't know how good Wave Sifter is, but those are some ways to possibly improve, in my opinion. Hopefully, you at least found some of this entertaining. That's what I have to say. Thanks again to Dustin Culbertson. You're the best, dude. Cheers. Take care. Have a great day. Hey, Bryant Cook here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.